The AfroPrenuer podcast, a podcast for African entrepreneurs, presents inspiring, innovative, and disruptive entrepreneurs from Africa as they share their lessons, insights, and learnings from their unique entrepreneurial ventures. I'll be your host. My name is Ogweno Stephen. Let's roll. Welcome to another episode of the AfroPrenuer podcast, where we talk about African entrepreneurship, talk to African entrepreneurs who share their stories, insights, and journeys along their way of entrepreneurship. And today we are joined by quite the guest. This is Mr. KENEDY OKELLO. He'll be talking to us a bit about his entrepreneurial ventures and a few of the lessons that it has along the way. And without further ado, KENEDY.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a great morning. Yeah.
Could you introduce yourself and sort of give us a bit of your background as an entrepreneur?
I'm called KENEDY OKELLO. I am an entrepreneur. I consider myself a serial entrepreneur to be because I deal in different sectors and industries, and so far I would say I've been able to work in or start three significant businesses, or as I would prefer to call them, I've been able to solve three significant challenges. Yeah.
And what would these challenges be, and what's the story behind them?
The most recent challenge we solved, or we tried solving, was the transport problem, transport payment problem in Somaliland, Hargeisa. So this was inspired by Rwanda's tap and go transport system, and so we were basically trying to come up with a more amped version of the tap and go system in Rwanda and make it work in Hargeisa, Somaliland. And then prior to that, we tried to solve the post-harvest food losses in SSA, Sub-Saharan Africa, but we started this with Sierra Leone by coming up with food drying systems. And then the other one was based in Rwanda, and this one involved creating more sustainable markets for banana farmers. And we did this through processing green bananas into green banana flour. This had a double angle because it also helped us to provide an alternative or a substitute to other all grain flours like wheat flour.
What have been your different habits that have then enabled you maintain yourself as an entrepreneur and sort of keep being sharp as an entrepreneur?
I do a number of habits over and over again, not in any specific order, but definitely consistently. One of them is getting enough rest. So I try to get 8 hours of sleep every single day. I try to dedicate at least 2 hours to some kind of workout every single day, because that's important to mental stability and just being amped up for each of the challenges that we experience as entrepreneurs. You know, when you work out, for example, you beat a certain kind of weight category today, it interestingly fits into your mind's ability of overcoming some specific challenges. You come out of that place feeling like you can actually face the day and get things done. Another thing is meditation and prayer. I find that to be a significant anchor, because we are humans and sometimes we get to points where our abilities or we inherently just don't have the power to go through some situations and some things. I also find a lot of significance in constantly staying in touch and staying in love with my family and my friends and people that I care about. They always have an interesting way of reminding us about other things that are significant in life, because entrepreneurship can be drowning in itself. Another thing is reading books. I think books are an interesting way of understanding people's perspectives, because most of the people that write these books take a lot of time to think through them. And when you read books, you transcend cultures and opinions and stereotypes and borders in a way. It's almost like traveling, but in a more cost-effective way. I think those would be the ones.
So, what's your favorite quote and why?
I have a lot of favorite quotes. I actually run I run an Instagram page on quotes, quotes for life. It's called Turkey Quotes, and just to pick on one that always maybe stands out for me, or not necessarily stand out, but at this point in my life, with what my age is and the kind of realizations that I'm having, I'm getting to discover that adulthood and coming of age is unique, because previously we used to look at some successful people as possessing some kind of special talent or gifts or skills, but I've now discovered that, and I'm paraphrasing the quote, I've now discovered that these are people that have only come to know and understand things that work for them, and the understanding of things that works for them has given them an edge, because they can keep doing the things that work for them over and over again, and that makes them look like gods, quote unquote. Yeah.
All right, thanks for listening, and that's a wrap for this episode. For more exciting episodes like this, don't forget to follow our podcast, the AfroPrenuer Podcast, on all streaming sites, and visit our website at www.ogwenostephen.com. See you on the next one.